Welcome to Let's Repaint. To celebrate reaching 100 paintings here on this channel this entire year, I've been recreating the 20 paintings that I thought needed the most work. So, today's victim is Repaint the Town. I decided for Let's Repaint, I wanted to recreate one of my pour paintings. Because I thought that would be a neat way to do it. And this one actually ended up being my least favorite pour painting of the series. Really, it's really only because there's really no depth in this piece. I mean, there's a tiny bit of depth right here, and maybe a little bit right here and here. But yeah, for the most part, this pour painting has like the least amount of depth out of all my pour paintings. It's basically just red with a few purple dots and like a hint of white right here. And that's it. That's it. The rest of it is just red. So I wanted to repaint this pour painting in particular because I want there to be more depth. So that's what we're gonna do today. So really the character Huey right here is going to basically be painted the exact same way he was before, but the pour, I'm going to make sure there's a little bit more depth this time around, just so it's more interesting, just so it's more interesting, and there's less dots everywhere. Because the dots, when I did the pour painting originally, I just, I noticed there wasn't a lot of depth, so I just took the purple paint and just kind of poured it onto the canvas, and it ended up a little bit weird, not gonna lie. But it's still a really neat one, and I am pretty happy with it, even though there isn't a lot of depth in this. So I'm just gonna make sure the pour has basically more depth. I'm hoping something like this happens in the new pour too, because this is a really neat area. I do really like this area. I just wish there was more of this in the painting, you know? So that is how I'm going to recreate it. So here we go. Let's start repainting. Hey guys, I just wanted to pop on real quick and explain why the pour looks a little bit different than it did in that last clip. I don't know if you saw it in the last clip, but it did look a little bit different. I had tried using my liquid paints to do the pour, and it just turned out completely muddy and weird. So then I scraped all that off and then used my regular acrylics, which you saw, to redo the pour, and I still wasn't completely happy with it, but I thought, you know, this will be fine. This will be fine. It'll work out all right. And then off camera, I got the idea to just put a piece of paper towel onto it and kind of just smush it down a little bit. And because I noticed the paint was a little thick. And I ended up with this, which I think is actually way cooler than even than the original. I think this turned out really cool. This might be my favorite pour painting I've ever done, honestly. And so yeah, that's why the pour looks a little bit different now than it did before. But as you can see, it still turned out really cool. I especially love this little area right here and this little bit right here. I am a little bit sad that this isn't gonna end up being covered up by the character, but you know, if I put them off to the side, like over here or even over here, it's gonna look a little weird, so you know, that part's gonna have to get covered up just so it doesn't look strange in the final piece. But yeah, that's why the pour looks a little bit different. But yeah, I just wanted to say that so you guys weren't like, wait, why does the pour look different now than it did in that previous clip? Just in case you were wondering. With that, let's just get back into painting. And there we go.